Good morning. General reading for the collective. This is Sacred Spiritual Healer. If you'd like a personal reading, you can email me at sacredspiritualhealer@gmail.com. Spirit, give us true and precise messages for the collective general reading, body, mind, soul. What do they think about what's in their mind space? Collective masculine intelligence, please. Okay. Great. And in your heart and soul, spirit, heart and soul, divine masculine, divine feminine. One more prayer. Supposed to be upright. Okay, so top is what's coming at you in the physical. The middle here is what's in their mind space, and the bottom is heart and soul. So this could be what's coming at you or your divine masculine or counterpart, what you or your divine counterpart is thinking, and what's in the heart space. So coming at you is, you both know that you are connected and you want to grow old together. You are both working diligently on this. You've planted seeds. So this is a couple or a group that you're in communication with your divine counterpart. Planted seeds, trying to put the work in together. And you want equal balance, and you want to grow old together. Okay. Either one or both are defending this connection, keeping the karmic or those that are against this connection. Could be family, friends, or the karmic. But those that stand against this connection don't understand the science behind it and so forth. He here is representing that he's willing to fight and protect this connection. He's leaving behind the things that don't serve him. He's keeping the karmic or the energy away from the flame, the divine counterpart. Okay, and leaving behind the burdens, putting down the burdens, things that no longer serve them, right? Carrying this 10 of Wands, it's a completion. They're done carrying this burden. They're putting it down so that they can move forward with a message. The Knight of Pentacles is here, perhaps a little defensive or nervous about coming to you, because here the sword is up and he doesn't look real happy. The sword is up here. She doesn't look real happy. But he's going to come in with a message. He's going to come with the truth because the mask is off. He or she. They've received messages from their spirit guides, from the divine, maybe bits and pieces, little acorns of messages that now is the time to move forward. And so they're coming forward, trying to have control of their emotions, and they're coming slowly because this is a squirrel. I'm not sure how fast squirrels move, but faster than a turtle, so. 10 of Cups. Again, the completions. You got 2 10s right here. And 5. Half of a 10. Alright, so 10 of Cups. You both have both your cups. You've done the healing for yourselves. You're each in union with yourself. So your cups are full divinely, and you're celebrating this reunion reunion and connection regarding this calm waters, greener pastures, rainbows, lots of love and connection. Even when you're not beside each other, you're still connected. You feel connected energetically. You hear them speak to you through telepathic communication. So in their mind space, and this could be you or your counterpart, is the 7, the Chariot. Spirit guides are moving. They're pushing this forward. They may not be wanting to come right away, but Spirit is pushing this Chariot. It's going to throw the divine counterpart in that Chariot and push it forward because the time is now. So this is what they're thinking about. They are thinking, they feel that urge, that push. They're feeling that energy from Spirit saying, go, right? And the Tower is here because maybe they didn't move yet. Maybe they are feeling it, but they are also thinking about the Towers in the past, the things that they recently have lost. Perhaps the Divine Feminine pulled away, walked away from the situation, put down the burden of the connection for a while. Regarding the 3-person situation, the Devil or the Death person Spirit is here poking them, just like the Spirit guides are here saying move, move, and that's what's here is with this my dogs are in the room and he snores. Poking these, saying move, move, you've got to get going, time is now. Lightning struck, your foundation is coming to a halt. You're going to hit rock bottom. And so Spirit's saying, go. Now's the time to move before this karmic gets to the ground. I don't know why that came out. Alright, so otherwise, they're in the Hangman mode. It's a number 12 card, breaks to a 3. They have seen the synchronicities for a while now. They understand that they've uprooted their old belief systems. They have a new way of looking at things. They have a new perspective. They are seeing the light. They know that the divine counterpart is their light. They're probably hearing songs play over and over in their mind, and if they get in their car or at work, they're hearing certain songs that they always hear, and they know, there's just a knowing that it's from their divine counterpart Spirit, right? But the synchronicity of numbers, the 1212, the 999, the 888, right? They're seeing all those and realizing that it's not a coincidence. They're finally waking up to the idea that there are no coincidences, that this is Spirit speaking to them. All right, King of Swords, they're in their throne, they're in their power, they're feeling awakened, and they're coming out of the sense of being tied down like in this. So they've come out of their hermit mode, seen the light, but now that seeing that light means they have to come forward in their truth. Their Spirit guides here at their feet, holding them down. They may feel like they're out in the cold right now, so they have to come forward. To come out of the cold, they're going to have to be in truth. And these gargoyles on their side are kind of pinning them down, like almost counterintuitive of the forward movement. So they have to stand up with their Spirit guide and move forward. And they know this. This is what's going through their minds of, they've got this devil energy, I can't move, but you can move. Spirit guide's going to show you the way. This is the end of a cycle. 21 breaks to a 3. That means you got 2 3s here. Yeah. So end of a cycle, right? The moon cycle as well. And you're now starting a new cycle. So you've ended a cycle, which means there's a beginning of a new cycle coming. So you're in your deep emotions about this, especially now that Mercury went direct. Everything from that indirect our retrograde period is all surfacing still and kind of cleaning up the mess from that time period. Focused on the connection of the flame and being grounded to Mother Earth, and you want a new change. Just as the seasons change, you want to grow, and you're trying to understand in your mindset all the changes that you've been going through regarding this transformation. Okay? So in their heart, they know she's the high priestess. They know deep in their heart she's been the one that's healing herself and healing them. And they know in their heart that she is healing her inner child as well as their inner child. They understand now. They've been studying and looking things up. Perhaps certain words they've heard the Divine Feminine speak of, that they are doing some studies regarding this. They are listening to their higher self as well. And they're starting to realize that maybe she's right. Without darkness you can't have light. And they're raising their energy to match and their alignment to her power, her vibration. Alright, coming in their heart, they know they need to be truthful. They know that she is truth. Because the high priestess is all truth. She sees the lies, but truth behind the lies. You can't pull one over on a high priestess. They already have that knowing. It's gifted to them from Divine Spirit. Page of Swords. She's holding in her truth. Here, kind of like, try and come at me with a lie. I will slice that. I'll slice that lie in half. But in their heart space, they also know there were, karmics, other people, jobs, different things they have to leave behind. So they're meditating, thinking of these things that they have to deal with in order to choose that divine cup. They know that they need the courage to choose this because they are intimidated by the power of a high priestess. But they are a king. They're the king of cups. They are in their emotions. Their heart chakra's open. Their throat chakra's open so that they can come forward and speak truth. They are keeping their feet in the emotions of this connection. They are seeing and looking. They've planted seeds as well, and they are blossoming, and they know this. They know that it takes time to nurture this connection. And in their heart space, they really want to communicate. They want to come forward with this communication, with what they know, what they've learned, what they've studied, what the messages maybe that they've been getting from their intuition or spirit guides. They want to talk about it regarding these things. They want to speak with the divine counterpart. I don't know if that came out right. Okay, overall energy is the new start. Ace of Pentacles, it's the new beginning, growth. You've planted all these seeds. It's time to bring in the harvest. The Pentacles, you're both working very hard on your Pentacles, bringing up your financials, and you're listening to your intuition, and you're with telepathic communication. You feel very grounded at this time. All right, great energy, really. Sometimes we need the tower moments to push us out of an area. We don't always move as easy as we want to. I usually joke about getting thrown out of a boat, having to try and walk on water. We have to have faith that we can, and the courage to take that leap forward. Great Spirit. Let's clarify the Six of Cups. Okay. A lot to say about a Six of Cups. No, that's too much. Oh. Alright, so recently there's been a death, perhaps today, maybe yesterday, but there's a death regarding the three-party situation, the Three of Cups. Someone in the environment, perhaps there was fourth, but something was sneaky in this situation, something was at play, and they there was a death to this from Spirit. Spirit sent something in there, whether it was communication or made sure that somebody found out about something. So, and I'm hearing rocks were thrown, not literally, but probably, you know, metaphorically, like sticks and stones type thing. This feels like it was recent, like yesterday or the day before maybe. But now there's a death to that situation. And the Knight of Swords wants to come in and communicate to the divine counterpart. Speaking truth. They look a little upset about this, or whatever the communication or the fact that something ended harshly is upsetting to that counterpart. But they look a little upset. But the eagle always comes in flying high above the storm with truth. Two of Cups, it's regarding the love, the passion, the equal give and take, right? Because the Two of Cups is better than the Lover's card. It's nurturing each other, tick for tat. What's that saying, tick for tat? It's, you know, if you give affection or compassion, passion, emotions, then you're receiving it back from that other person as well. It's equal balance back and forth. Clarify the Five of Swords. Clarify the Five of Swords. What's he defending against? Which could be, if the Three of Cups just entered, one of which was a karmic spouse, then this would kind of explain why this follows, because he's being defensive against, or trying to defend the karmic, to protect the divine feminine. Or it could be, you know, the other genders. I'm just saying. Alright, but King of Wands came forward and has had something to say. He's had to bring his wand forward as a king and speak this regarding these other two parties in this situation. He feels like he's wrestling an alligator, like it's been quite a triumph for this to bring out this communication. It's taking a lot of courage and strength to fight this fear. But he knows, while he's on this special path, that it leads to his star, and he knows that the divine counterpart is his star. Ten of Wands, putting down burdens. Ten of Wands, putting down the burdens. Eight of Wands, feeling like the aliens, everybody's up against them. It's again, it's regarding the three-party situation, having, you know, three other women or men. So, Eight of Wands, but you see here there's three other parties, even though they're aliens. He's listening to the spirit and his intuition. He's trying to take that leap forward away from this chaos, putting down the burden, so that the chariot can move forward. Although things seem a little out of control with this movement forward, not able to quite, he's trying to get the chariot to move forward, but he's a little out of control, because I'm drawn to this stallion that's like bucking up and down. Clarify the Knight of Pentacles. Clarify Knight of Pentacles. Okay, the Knight of Pentacles. Let me flip this over. Okay, so he feels like one of the parties. Could be the masculine, could be the feminine, but feels like they're being almost thrown to the wolves. Things are out of control. Again, a lot of chaotic energy around this situation. I'm almost sensing that if they still lived with the karmic, that they're being kicked out of the home, or they feel like they're losing their home, like she's pushing them out the door, being a catty energy, like fighting, like survive. He feels like he's trying to survive. This is a really chaotic energy in this card. Things are just totally out of control, but she's standing there with a stick, trying to beat, almost like beating him down over the edge of this roof. And the cat can't even stay up. So it's like trying to fight for survival because she's kicking him out. Making him feel not wanted, I'm hearing. Alright, so now he feels like he's 5 of wands. He's feeling like everyone's against him, like even in the workplace, in his home environment. He feels like something's possessed, or like a very chaotic energy in the card again. Almost, I'm not saying someone is bipolar, I'm just saying it's almost like a bipolar energy. 1 second they're, doing great and ends here great, but then in between it's like chaos and spirits. But he feels like everyone is against him right now. But who is he coming forward with that message? Hang on. It was clarifying Knight of Pentacles. So he's coming forward because of this situation. And who's he coming to? Well, the High Priestess, of course. Because he knows, again, just like down here, that she's the High Priestess. So he's going to be coming forward. This is what? A 24-hour message? She's, of course, listening. And he knows that it's divinely guided. And that he sees her as very spiritual. And the path that leads to her is clear. And the bottom we have balancing things out, trying to be in attunement with loving himself, meditate, even though there's a lot of weeds around him right here. So even in the midst of all this chaos, he's still trying to be balanced. That's very good. Cool. Alright, so 10 of Cups. So if I 10 of Cups, which it's the happy ever after, the only thing better would be the Sun card, right? He's leaving this chaotic situation. 7 of Swords, leaving behind what no longer serves him, flying to his 10 of Cups, where his lover is. Okay, let's clarify the Chariot. Clarify the Chariot. I really wanted to clarify a new beginning, of course, it's because they're moving forward to a new beginning, the Ace of Wands, which is also communication. So he's thinking about this because this is what's in his their headspace, male or female. Clarify the Tower. Let's clarify the Tower. What's this Tower about? Not that you can't tell with all the chaos right there, right? Alright, let's see. We got quite a few, but sometimes... Give me a second. So 5 of Coins feels like left out in the cold, but at the same time with this, again, a very chaotic energy, just like his life is falling apart, he's hitting rock bottom. Well, I guess if you're left out in the cold, you would feel like you've hit rock bottom. But again, with the way these images look like, he almost feels like somebody else around him is possessed, because they are just, 1 minute they're this way, 1 minute they're that way. And the same line or whatever that was in the one climb in the wall is in this energy with him. So it's kind of like it's his spirit guide even is getting tossed around, doesn't know which way is up anymore, because it's just been such a chaotic run. Which caused the Tower moment, of course. But this is the 4 of Swords, while he's trying to rest, all he can think of, and I'm going to show you these spirits, or these faces up here, but even while he's trying to rest, he's having these nightmares of these people that are against him, and they look possessed. He sees them as possessed. Okay? But he doesn't even feel himself, and he is fooling himself of who he is. So perhaps some deception here is what brought the tower down as well, because he's here in front of the storefront, but in the reflection it shows that his true self is really this Indian over here, but there's like 3 different images there, so he doesn't even know what from one day to the next. He's got to be one person with her, one person at work. He doesn't know. It's currently 11:11 if you wanted to know. Alright, so this is him not feeling like himself, but he doesn't even know who he is anymore. He's lost his identity because of this chaotic situation. Alright, and again, the Page of Wands, moving forward communication, but again, perhaps because he doesn't know who he is, or he's deceiving people who he really is, including himself, I feel. Because I think he's trying to show himself as being this way, but he's trying to show people as a different a different person everywhere he goes, which is deception. And this Page of Wands wants to come forward, but he's got this huge boa constrictor wrapped around him of snake energy, showing deception. 3 of Coins. He's willing to put the work in and do the work that he needs to, and he is following Spirit's guides on the meditation, going out perhaps drum music, meditating. He has 3 crabs here around him, which would also signify the 3-party situation. Okay. Let's see, 10 of Coins. There's an ending where, and I almost just got this. This is an ending at work. 10 of Coins, because what coins is, well, it's really the 10 of drums, but the drums is the coins or pentacles in traditional tarot. So while he's transforming, but this is an ending, and these people look like they're going to work. So I'm getting the energy off this card like that somebody just ended a job, whether they... Seymour, wake up. Stop snoring. But then it's not affecting him, even though he may have just lost, he or her, just lost a job. They're transforming, so they're like almost celebrating. They're like, good, I'm glad to be out of such toxic energy. I'm glad to be away from all that negativity. So much gossip and hatred at the workplace for whoever this is for. Alright, so then if you didn't just lose your job, or he didn't, then it's still an ending of the 10 of Coins. A new beginning starts, because it was also on the tower. So that tower, again, could have been the workplace. Alright, so Ace of Cups, right? That's the new beginning, the new offer that comes in, the new passion, self-love. The new start, new job. 6 of Coins, you just wanted balance. You just wanted equal give and take. You were willing to work for it, but you wanted equal. Aww. I feel bad for them. Hangman. Oh, clarify Hangman. Almost depression energy on that one. A number 3 card. Let's see. So, Hangman's clarified by the Hangman regarding a 3-party situation, one of which is the flame. The other one is playing games. Blowing smoke up your butt, more or less, just talking. A lot of gossip. And things were twisted. Some words were twisted. Shadow words, things that caused someone to be very upset or mad. Okay. Oh, that was over there. Sorry. My nails in the way. Close enough. Anything else other than the Hangman? The Page of Swords. Cutting BS out. King of Swords. The stepped it up from the page to the king in a hurry. And there's so much drama and all that. He has something to say now as a king of swords. And he's standing up against this snake energy, this evil woman who is a page also, or a princess in this card. It's really Bones, but the Princess of Bones. But she has 2 anacondas, and that's a huge snake in the Amazon, if you didn't know. And a huge cobra, and the cobra she's hanging on to like it's her staff, like it directs. She uses it for her work, like magic. She's a skinny redhead, tall. And a snake wrapped around her leg. So total snake energy with her, this woman that he has had to deal with, King of Swords. Well, if I was surrounded by this, I'd probably look like that too. You see the big red snakes around the poles? One on her leg, and then her cobra. So she may look beautiful, but she's really evil. It's a very hatred woman inside. I can feel it off that card. I hope that's not the, I don't know, that's probably whoever's causing all the chaos. Maybe she's doing thank you, Spirit, she's doing spell work with Satan. Satanism, so it could be voodoo. Again, I got that yesterday. Voodoo, or black magic, definitely. This woman is doing voodoo or black magic, so if you see any voodoo dolls around her, then, oh my gosh, as I said that, look at this. Like, I didn't even look at this before, but I was like getting the voodoo thing, right? This is the devil card on top of her, and she's got all these different masks she wears. So she wears all these different masks of who she is as well. But she's got 2 voodoo dolls in her hand, and they're tied up. Like, one has got the binding spell on it, so that the counterpart, the divine masculine, would feel like he's tied down, which makes sense, because that's how this, I'm going to move that for a minute. He feels tied, like he can't get up because these gargoyles here holding him down, right? That's what we got off that card. Like he can't get up because of these gargoyles holding him, and she's doing binding spells on him. So clear your voodoo, any negative energy, or do a spell to counteract it for your divine masculine, because he's trapped in spell work from her using the devil energy, the snakes. Maybe she even has snakes at home, I don't know. World, the new beginning. And justice is here to carry away the dead carcasses after the transformation, after getting rid of the 3-party situation, all the evil that lays around this. Justice is clearing it out of the way for you, or them. This is some crazy stuff. Oh, okay. So Knight of Coins coming forward with this white bull. It almost looks like a white buffalo. I don't know. Yeah, I guess it could be a white buffalo. Kind of like with white buffalo spirit is what I'm getting. Like the white buffalo calf woman spirit. She always assures or promises the natives that they will never be without, that they will always be given what they need. Maybe not what they want, but what they need, right? And this is a knight coming forward regarding pentacles or a drum on the white buffalo, with the white buffalo spirit. So that's a good start. And she's celebrating here with 7 of coins, and again the drum. So she's dancing to the beat of her own drum, celebrating. She lives near the ocean. There you go, having a good time. All right, so let me get down here. High Priestess. We'll clarify it. I don't know why we would have to. We know what the High Priestess is. I'm going to change deck, Spirit set. So clarify High Priestess. In the heart space, he knows, or she knows, that he or she is in the High Priestess energy, sitting on her throne, in her power, glowing. What else, Spirit? because she's loving herself. She has her Page of Cups. She's surrendered to Divine Spirit, Great Spirit, and he's blessing her with the rainbow and the gifts at the end of the rainbow. Oops. Anything else for the High Priestess? Strength. She's very strong, and she's trying to give her counterpart, her flame, strength as well, to fight the magic and the evil that he's dealing with. Alright, so Page of Swords is clarified with the Five of Pentacles. She wants to come out of the cold and speak her truth. She's in her truth, but okay, I was corrected. She spoke her truth, and now he wants out of the cold, or he's feeling like he's out in the cold. I think we got that somewhere else, too. Feeling like he was out in the cold. Clarify Four of Cups. Decision making. Is she going to accept? Five of Pentacles, so there's a death to the being out in the cold. He's coming forward as a Knight of Pentacles with that offer, not taking control of the situation, just making an offer. There's no bridle on this horse, and he's very youthful looking, but yet he has a beard, so maybe immature energy or lack of confidence. I usually see that as more lack of confidence, not immature. But Seven of Pentacles, she's been building on her pentacles, trying to build up what she can on her own, because she is the High Priestess. She's set her boundaries with swords, no less, turned her back to these karmics and the other parties that were involved with the masculine, and holding her sword of truth to cut that BS out. Not cut them. Just want to specify that. So Judgment is here. King of Cups. King of Cups. Clarify the King. Clarify the King, please. Oops. Jeez. A lot. Alright, so King of Cups, Queen of Cups, you got a divine pair, divine couple, blossoming, still waters, a future with a new beginning at Ace of Pentacles. Going to put the work in together. They want to work together for the good of this union. Three of Wands, he's chosen, and he's chosen the divine feminine. He made that choice. I think that one was supposed to come after this. But the Two of Wands, he's holding on to this wand, even though he's looking at that one. So it makes me feel like we did in the beginning, where this may just be happening now or yesterday, where he's making that choice. But he's cutting out the BS. He's cutting out things that no longer serve him, so that he can start a new world, a new cycle together with his divine. The Queen of Swords, while he knows she may come across as the Queen of Swords presently, he wants equal give and take, and he knows that she's turned her back on the Eight of Cups because she wants calm waters. She didn't want to be in the mess of the three-party situation now that she was aware of it, or something like that. But communication, clarify communication. I think we all as High Priestess knew there was more than one other person, but because we listen to our intuition, if you're at the High Priestess level. Yes, there was juggling, and that's what the communication is. They want to discuss this juggling. They're sorry. They want to give you an apology in their heart space. They're thinking how to come across with that apology. That they've seen the light. They're being awoke. Spirit is showing them the wrong choices that they made, or showing them, and maybe that's why they felt haunted up here with some of these. What else with the... What else? Yes, so going in hermit mode in order to come forth with communication. Clarify this. 8 of Pentacles, the new beginning. Oops, hang on. New beginning. I didn't finish the question. Pentacles, new beginning. What's this new beginning? Clarify the new beginning with the Ace of Pentacles. Yes, coming out of the shadows of the moon. Coming out of the shadows of the deceit and lies that were told. Very emotional, but having faith that he wants that 6 of Cups, equal give and take, to blossom. Setting those boundaries together so that they can build 9 of Pentacles and be abundant together. And he wants to communicate that 8 of Wands again. Anything else for this reading, for the collective? Anything else for this collective? No? The oral energy of the divine feminine today, and the masculine. Oral energy of the divine feminine. I forgot to pull these, so I'm going to do it now. Thank you. Oh. Masculine, please. Masculine. Okay, so the divine feminine got 2 cards, and so did the masculine. So there might be either 2 groups, or they're feeling 2 different ways. The divine feminine, though, is feeling like the motherly, nurturing, sending healing love. Her heart chakra is open with all this green. She's listening to her intuition. She's listening to her spirit guide. She's very grounded. It's an earth energy. Very loving and doting, but just staying back a little bit and just watching and listening to her, to what spirit is telling her to do next, or how to handle the situation. And also she's trying to put up a hard shell to protect herself a little bit. She's shining brightly. Her aura is shining bright. Her light is shining bright. She's listening to her spirit guides all around. But she's also perhaps hiding some of her gifts. She hasn't divulged to the divine masculine that she is the high priestess, perhaps, or how gifted she is. Perhaps he doesn't understand, or others around her may not be aware how gifted she is because she's covering it up with this shell. Spirit says it's time to shine brightly and share your gifts with the world. The masculines have the hummingbird and the cheetah. So this is, wow, okay, so this is, both of these are very fast moving, fire energy, air energy. The cheetah is moving, man. He doesn't like the fact that the divine feminine has pulled back. He's not liking it at all. So in his mind, he's trying to figure out how can he get to her as fast as possible to explain, to communicate to her all that's been going on in his head space, his heart space. In reality, the mess that he's got at home with the karmic, that he found out perhaps about the voodoo. Not sure if he did or not, but anyway, he does now if he watches. So fast movement. This cheetah is on his run. He's very passionate with this red here. Sacral energy, very being stimulated. And his solar plexus, again, very stimulated or activated. But being very passionate. And that sacral chakra activation and stimulation is spirit giving them the momentum to say, no, this is the person and you need to go, and you need to go now. Again, the time is now. I keep hearing the time is now. I heard that earlier when I was doing meditation as well. Hummingbird. The hummingbird actually is also similar to the deer, very protective of their nest and their eggs, even though it's only this little tiny bird. It's quite protective and that long beak can even be its weapon, per se. Very much in its throat chakra, speaks love and passion. It's a lovely little bird, right? It brings delightfulness and cheer to everyone when they put their little feeders outside. but very emotional, following the light, glowing with their aura, glowing with their chakras are all lit up because Divine Feminine has been sending that healing to them. And now perhaps, since it is time, Spirit is, boom, giving them a blast of energy that they're just lit up. And again, they're flying over to, aimed towards the feminine. That's their focus. It's all they can think about, all they can feel, all they can eat while they're, eat, sleep, and think about. Thank you, Spirit. That's all they eat, sleep, and think about is the Divine Feminine. Okay, and how we're going to fix this connection because they felt her pull away. Alright, I can get 45. Give me an angel card. Oh, maybe these two. Well, it'll be interesting to see how the career and finance cards show up following this. Because we had that one card that looked like somebody lost their job, remember? The cards tell the truth. So maybe they haven't told you that they lost their job yet, but that might be a concern of theirs right now, or on the verge of it. Deep replenishment, retreat, rest, be held. That's beautiful. Starseed, you are a starseed. What lights you up? Well, Spirit's lighting us up, right? The Ace of Light. You've been training for this for a lifetime. So true. All the triggers, or all the bad things that have happened to you throughout your life, if you've been abused, you were abandoned, things of that nature as a child, or a lot of things that, you were hurt. Again, abuse comes up a lot. But these were all things to make us stronger as a child, so that we could be, all through our life, we had to get stronger and stronger so that we could be strong enough for this high vibrational connection. And all the triggers that occur during the connection. That alone made us stronger. Okay, so for masculine, you have work on your soul. The Moon, card number 2. This is working on their spirit from a soul level to dig down deep and heal the wounds, forgive others, and forgive yourself. Really get a lot of, your heart chakra's open here because it's so green, but I'm really getting too that you still need to forgive yourself for a lot of things, whether it's something to do with this, or it's forgiving yourself for things that's happened in the past. 6th house, routine, yes, Divine Feminine, or those chasers. Number 3 card, because 30 breaks to a 3. And the routine is, Spirit saying, you get in mission, be in your soul purpose and get into mission, but when you start getting into mission, you're going to need a routine. You need to stick to the routine. You need to build on it. Like, say you're going to do a YouTube channel, then set a schedule. You get up, you do the YouTube channel, go for a walk, clean a little maybe. If you have to go to a regular job in the matrix, do that, come back, do readings. But whatever it is, do a routine. Get it so that you can stick to it. Thank you, Spirit. On the bottom for both would be escape. Yes, run away together. 6, 7, 8, 9. It's a 9 card. I think this is more for the escape of your matrix for the feminines, but for the masculines, it's escape from the karmic. Alright, this is what I have for you. Have a blessed Sunday.